Sungho knew Insuk had no contact with men other than her father. She told Sungho in their first year of college that she thought you became pregnant if you sat in a chair a man had occupied a second before. The heat left behind was lewd. Her mother had warned her to be cautious of Touch's shadow. Insuk kept her utensils separate and hauled her bags herself, changed pants after school, and avoided shaking hands with men outside her family. There was no sitting unless it was on the ground. To touch somebody through an object or sense the body's warmth was to share one's intangible essence with another person. A touch could touch you everywhere. Still, there was no doubting her libidinous nature when she confessed she thought of him at night. No denying the pleasure she must have felt in dodging him for years, followed by the thrill of their arms brushing as they walked along the river. Now arranged to be married in their 4th year, Insuk sprawled on the same riverbank at Sungho's feet. The stony light turned everything gray. His fingers settled in the grass. Insuk asked him to join the protests. "We have to do something." How quickly her reserve was forgotten in a time of military rule and dictators, a time of kidnappings and torture. At 23, Sungho found himself a nihilist about country, but practical about love. Insuk wanted to join the nationwide marches. She showed him a flyer with an illustration of a hand reaching up out of the page. Sungho told her the man who printed it was dead before he hit the ICU floor. "You're wasting your energy, Insuk. This poor bastard will never draw another picture again. You're a number in a ledger for both sides." Her attention went across the bridge. "If they arrest me, they can put me in women's housing. I'll finally have a suitable place to live." "Don't make jokes. More like fabricate charges, same as what they've done to the factory girls. Open your coffin so your father can identify you, and then charge him for the wood." "Why don't you want to join?" "Insuk, please." "Can you believe that poll? After the surrender, half the country preferred the Japanese to the Americans." "How did you expect people would feel about the U.S. military government?" Sungho no longer trusted talk of national independence. "We've got American employers now, marching for democracy. It was the same with the Japanese. Nothing will happen until a good number of bodies are in the ground. Until public services become quiet because they can't play the national anthem if you were murdered by the national police." "You know all this better than me. You should be out there." "Since my family's poor?" "No, because you're smart as hell." Sungho let his lips almost touch her ear and said it took no skill to be smart. The slight noise she made when he grazed her reminded Sungho that he still looked for her feelings. Sungho said, "I know my parents hated the Japanese so long, they started to hate the need to hate them. Your hate changes you. You hate them now because you want all your hate back, because even your hate isn't yours anymore." "Sounds like you prefer the Americans." Grinning, he tossed a rock into the water. Despite the changing currents, the riverbed stayed the same. He told her time must pass for the river bottom to change in even small ways. "Anyway," he said, "I have no choice but to live." She gave no sign of listening, so he went on. "I've never had samgyeopsal before in my life." Insuk stared at him. "You can't die without trying pork belly." Sungho smiled, feeling her attention return to him. "See? No choice." "I'm taking you out for your birthday." "It's in May, a couple of days." Her hands flew to her mouth. "You're younger than me," she said. "You have to call me Nuna." "We'll be married," he mumbled, "and it won't matter anymore." "How embarrassing for you," she said. "I'm April." "You only have a month on me?" "You're old-fashioned. You know 1 month is a lifetime."